Hi, welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny.
JD.
And Kat.
So, that threw me. I don't know why I was expecting an Erin.
Yeah,
How many videos have we filmed today? Yeah, now it hits me.
But when I do it on the first video of the day, it's not acceptable.
So, I need more ATEEZ.
Don't we all? Who
Don't
doesn't?
we all need more ATEEZ in our lives?
Yes.
My daily life would be made better by their presence.
Absolutely. So there's still a couple that you haven't seen yet, so we can go back and fill in the gaps. And so I've chosen Illusion.
They did this at the concert, I believe.
I think so.
And I say that because I'm sure it was like on the set list rather than me actually remembering the song.
Yeah. Oh. So, do you have a question?
No, you know when you think of a moment in the concert, I rewatched my concert recently. When I was ill, it made me feel so much better. Your saying just helps, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you know the bit in the concert where Yosei came up and said, "I'm your bias now," and then did a little dance for me. I don't know what that song was because we haven't done it. It might be that song. This might be very triggering for me.
It would be like a sense memory.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I can't remember what one that was either. But Illusion is summer 2019. And I think this was just before this and Wave literally came out like back to back. And I think this one comes before Wave. Let me know if I'm wrong, 18. But I think this one comes before Wave because the storyline that they had obviously as pirates and these lost boys, it's Illusion, and then Wave is when they get to this island, and then that's that wonderful Wave. But that's it. And then in Illusion, it's really cool because on the face of it, it's a very enjoyable song, and they're basically saying that they're in this illusion of, and again, it could be like pirates at sea. When people are at sea for too long, you can get like madness kind of thing.
I know it. You know, we've got cabin fever. We're all going mad. You know the Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes, that is exactly what ATEEZ are doing. But if you are at sea for too long, you can get mad. So that's not this.
It's a great movie though.
Oh my god. But anyway, so with ATEEZ, obviously their pirate theme, it's this is sort of looking at them as these pirates, slightly sort of Peter Pan-esque lost boys. Yeah. And then with Peter Pan, obviously the theory there is that they don't want to grow up. They're in Neverland, and they never want to grow up.
No, the theory is he steals children from their beds and takes them off and keeps them in a cave.
Bit creepy, not gonna lie. Well, this is not. Hong Joon did not do that. But Illusion is basically a song about how, on the surface of it, the idea of being in this Neverland as lost boys is so fun, and you can like time stops and you can just party all the time.
But it's an illusion.
And on the surface of it, it's really enjoyable. Yeah. But actually, if you look at the lyrics and you dig a little bit deeper, if you were to twist that on its head and they were actually stuck, but they were trying to tell you, "I want help and I want to get out of here," it's the irony of an illusion. And again, going back with like the ATEEZ, which they said, and again, not their big overarching storyline, but just the surface of the ATEEZ is like the darker parts of yourself, and you have to everyone has balance of light and dark, and you can't completely give yourself over to that. So with Illusion, it's a bit like, if you give yourself over fully to this illusion, you will get stuck in it and stay in it forever. And it's this illusion of like them chasing this treasure and being all consumed by it and losing touch with reality. On the surface, it looks really fun, but actually, if that stops you from being who you are, that illusion actually becomes your prison.
Yeah. So please remember to like, comment and subscribe. In the comments, what illusion would you like to live in? I know ATEEZ would be there, but what else? Would it be the MV for Wave?
That's a nice one.
Because Minky has a really nice cardigan.
They all look so good. It's like a Caribbean island or something. Yeah. It's beautiful.
So they're actually on the ship. He looks amazing. Oh, hello, Mingy. Hardly seen Woo Young.
Don't you do that to me, you know.
There he is. And that's the start of Wave.
Open your eyes.
Who's whispering? Do you know what? I didn't enjoy that as much as other ATEEZ songs.
Okay, fair enough.
It was nice, but it didn't hit. Because I feel like with ATEEZ songs, either they hit me, or they're really like, oh. Whereas I think that one wasn't either for me. It's a nice song, but
yeah,
and it's not one that I necessarily would have heard on its own and gone, oh, that would be ATEEZ.
Yeah, it's more of a, like I say, on the surface of that, it's an easy listen song, but it makes sense in their storyline, and I think the lyrics are very smart. With, like I say, it can be on the surface, it looks like it's all fun, but actually, when you look at it, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty sinister. So I think it's got an important message, and it fits in with their storyline and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not necessarily one of the first ones I think to put on, but when it comes on my playlist, I'm like, oh, it's enjoyable. I still listen to it. But yeah, and also it's quite interesting because obviously more recently we've had their recent stuff, which is a lot more hard hitting.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference as well. That this was sort of earlier on, and they were still with their pirate theme and that. So it's just interesting to see the difference.
Lots of
there.
colour.
Yeah, which again, like you say, goes with Wave.
Yeah.
And I also think it's really interesting that it goes with that illusion, being in the illusion. But say, for example, we do not condone this. There's no reference to it. But say, for example, someone was on drugs. That's literally like, people have said certain Disney things like Dumbo or Disney's Fantasia, like people write
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, weird stuff when people are tripping, and it's just kind of that. It's a little bit trippy, and you're like, ooh, this could quickly turn creepy. So it's kind of interesting.
And you could say, like you said about the illusion, you could say that's what it's like being an idol. The illusion of being an idol must be amazing. They get to do all this amazing stuff, and they're so talented. They do all these wonderful things, when actually they're having to put so much hard work in. It's so tiring, and the pressures and all of that.
There could be some pain and sadness there actually, when if you are treated, for example, less than like not just as a person, but also just this performing monkey, and you've got to do the same thing over and over again, and you're just spinning in the repetitiveness of we could do this all day every day. Let's party. And pretty soon you'll be like, let's party.
Burnout.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very, very good point. Could use that as a kind of a metaphor for a lot of things in life and a lot of people. I suppose anything can become, but from the outside it's always different, isn't it? People thinking, oh, that must be great, and you're like, actually no, it wears off.
One man did steal the show for me in this one though. Hongjun. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was obvious.
Well, I mean, I know that you said that Mingi was looking fantastic.
It was. I mean, they were all looking fantastic. But I feel like I got enough time with Woo Young and Yosang.
Yeah, and a little bit of as well.
As being Woo Young and Yosang biased, I would notice that.
Yeah, not as much or even Songhwa in this one.
Yeah. But then I didn't feel... You say that, I feel like I didn't get enough of them, but I don't feel like it was heavy on the other members either.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
And we know it's difficult with line distribution to get everybody in, so it chops and changes depending on the song. Chops and changes.
Yeah, Hongjun.
Well, he is the captain.
The red hair.
It's only right that he should be.
The red hair, the perfect skin, that red coat jacket thing. I like that. I want to crawl up in there with him.
Yeah, I love the fact that some of his fashion almost teeters on eccentric.
Yeah.
I really love it because I'm like, you're like an eccentric millionaire. It's fantastic.
But for me, the thing about Hongjun is, from early on, he's been standing at the door to my bias line. And I feel like he's leaning on this door, and I'm like, what is it that's going to push you through that door? Because it's going to happen. But what? Maybe at the concert, he'll come over and say, put me in. And I'll be like, God, I can't say no to you.
Maybe.
That's what happened with Yosang.
It's true. You went to the last concert, ATEEZ concert, with just Woo Young bias, and you left with Yosang. My biases are Hongjun and Mingi in that order. All of them are Maracas.
But we did say Hongjun might become a group bias because Erin is also...
Yeah, he's the captain.
She very much likes San, but she's also...
Yeah.
Not Hongjun.
So let us know who your biases are. But again, always ATEEZ, they're all fantastic. There's no bad choices. They're all so
lovable,
talented and lovely, and hardworking.
Normally I go for dark hair. It's generally what I go for.
Are you talking about Jungho?
I'm talking about Jungho.
Because Jungho with that light hair.
And he was being a bit cheeky in this.
Yeah.
He wasn't giving me his intense judgy stare, which I do thoroughly enjoy now. But
everyone enjoys being judged by Jungho. His intense stare.
Yeah.
But no, in this it was cute and cheeky and a little bit lighter. So,
a bit more could be the Maknae.
Yeah.
Whereas normally it's like, that's no Maknae.
No, that's Woo Young.
People talk
Jungho's
about,
just like a little old man.
Well, you know how they say that Woo Young is their fake Maknae because he's in a way you're like, no, Jungho is your fake Maknae because there's no way he's a Maknae.
No. Which is why it's so funny when they make him do Agyo and stuff, and he's like, no.
So that was our reaction to ATEEZ Illusion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.